What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another stream here on the channel where I talk about everything around investing and basic finance and economics. If you guys think that sounds good, smash the like. If you guys like my mustache, smash the like as well. It definitely helps the channel. And now that we are in 2021, a new year here, I figured I would start doing a little bit more frequent videos because I've been getting a lot of questions around what's happening in finance. There is a very interesting movement going on. If you guys are familiar with my other channel, I talk a lot about blockchain and crypto. And this channel is mainly focusing on personal finance, so I don't really focus on it a lot, but there is a ton of movement, so I figured I would touch on one thing in particular, which is the digital dollar, and a lot of questions about this. Now, the OCC in the United States is the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. This is like the kind of the body, the governing body that allows, works with banks and everything, and in the most simplistic way possible, they basically just help the federal banking system with regulations and things like that, and make sure that everything is circulating properly, I guess. But with the M1 supply going through the roof, it is pretty astounding to watch what's going on with the OCC putting out regulation, and they put out one that was quite mind-blowing. Now, effectively, in the most simple way possible, the federally chartered banks are going to allow stable coins in their custody. So what this means is they're going to have a stable house of these different cryptocurrencies, and a stable coin is like one US dollar to one stable coin, and it's pegged between those two. And they're going to now allow banks, federally chartered banks, to hold them on their balance sheet, in their treasury. They're able to sit there and facilitate that and operate a node. Now, why is this a big deal? A lot of people think that, oh yeah, they're already custodying all of these different digital assets and things like that. But ultimately, this is a big deal because these stable coins are, a lot of them are fixed supply. A lot of them are very, 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 very secure. And a lot of them are very low fee. Now, when we say fee structure, we're basically talking about the entire finance space. Everything is based on fees, primarily in finance. If you pay for something on PayPal or Stripe, you've seen this where you see a fee populate when you're sending a payment. And this is going out to various different third parties that are helping facilitate payments. Now, if you eliminate those fees, you disrupt a lot of businesses that rely on that as their revenue. So what this means is that if the federally chartered banks are node operators, they're facilitating these transactions, they're able to dramatically reduce these fees and cut a lot of other people out of the process, which is very disruptive. Now, the exciting part about this to me is you're going to have a lot of different stable coins out there. There are currently quite a few. Coinbase has one, Gemini has one. A lot of bigger projects have them because they allow people to trade, like big exchanges allow people to trade, and then instead of cashing out into a fiat currency like US dollars, they're literally just cashing into a stable coin, and they're staying in the system, the kind of circus as we describe it, where you go into the circus, you get your tickets, you can transact around in the circus, and then you don't need to cash out if you don't want to. So with that said, there are a lot of these stable coins, and I think that this movement here, where the OCC has now passed this for federally chartered banks, is a big indication that the US dollar is going to be a digital dollar. Now, there is a project that I'm going to be linking in the description below called the Digital Dollar Project. Now, it is a foundation that's basically exploring the United States Central Bank digital currency, the CBDC, and that's what they're calling it. This is something that is speaking to, I'm sure, the OCC. I'm not 100% confident, but they've been working on this for a while, and I know that the people that are working on this project, the Dollar Project, the Digital Dollar Project, are very well connected. They are all sorts of legal aspects, and Accenture is involved in it. So it's a big, big project that doesn't get talked about very much, which is usually how this stuff happens. It's quiet and then it happens all at once. So that's my perspective on the future of finance here. We're going to see inflation. The target is 2%, but that is just something that is put out there to make people not panic. I think that we are in a deflationary period before inflation hits. So there is going to be a big windfall, I guess you could say, of additional cash to try and support what's going on. And Jerome Powell, head of the Fed, came out and spoke about inflation and all these fears, and kind of chuckled at the thought that it could get out of control. But the reality is that if you are printing 25% of a currency ever in existence in 1 year, you are going to face a very, very bad situation for that currency in terms of value. So the US dollar is going down as we speak in terms of value, not like crashing, but it's going down pretty rapidly. And the value of things like Bitcoin are going up because people are trying to hedge. They're trying to maintain their wealth. And if they hold it in dollars and that's going down and one other asset is going up, they're going to try and distribute that out. So that's pretty much how I wanted to cover this in terms of the future of banking. Now that the OCC has come out with this regulatory statement saying that you can not only be an independent node operator as a federally chartered bank, but you can also hold these and custody these stable coins, which is a big deal. Now, I haven't been able to see the individual stable coins that they are talking about. But the quote here is, while governments in other countries have built real-time payment systems, the United States has relied on our innovation sector to deliver real-time payment technologies. Some of those technologies are built and managed by bank consortia, and some are based on independent node verification networks such as blockchains. So the idea that the OCC is talking about blockchains and they are implementing them now in federally chartered banks and allowing them to do so is such a big statement. And I think that they're going to be keeping record keeping. They're going to be making sure everything is compliant. And this is just a good sign for the future of finance that we are going to get a digital dollar. And if you're not familiar with how that's going to work, definitely check out my other YouTube channel. I'll link to that in the description as well. It's called Hack Crypto, and I talk a lot about this type of stuff. But for this episode specifically, in terms of your personal finance, I really just want to bring this to your attention because it is important, if the US dollar is going down, to really look at all the entire landscape, look at a macro perspective in terms of where you can put your cash so that doesn't crash. Your wealth doesn't just vaporize with the dollar. So that is it for this episode. I'm going to be doing more episodes here on personal finance on my personal channel here, just because I love talking about it. Love talking to you guys. Definitely shoot me a DM on Instagram if you guys want to hear more about this. I can link you to some videos as well directly. But that is it. Smash the like. Don't forget to be subscribed, and I will see you on the next episode here.